Hello friends and welcome to Change. If you are seeking for a change, you know where to go. If you are actually wanting to bring about a change, I think by now you all know where you must find the resource. If at all you think that it is difficult for you to make that change yourself, you must also know where you can seek help by now. On this episode of Change, we will also talk about the other things that impact our life, the other changes that affect us directly or indirectly. Today, the source of our spiritual wisdom, Sister Usha with us. Didi, welcome to the show.
Om Shanti.
There is a popular wave of things that come up and go, come up and go. Whenever something comes up in the news, it stays there in the news for some time. And apparently we're all concerned about it, at least for some days, until it dies down. In the modern jargon, I must say that we would say, these things are viral, just like a viral cold. So these viral things could be good, bad, ugly,
Yes.
or otherwise. But these happens in the waves of going up and down, and it affects us. And there was a time, and there are still people in the world who are unaffected by these things. For some reason, it does not matter to them that these changes do not affect them. But most of us who are urban, who live in the cities, who are well educated, people who have access to information, newspapers, televisions, or internet for that matter, are somehow bombarded with these informations, sometimes even not desiring or not interested in them. We are forced by family or friends or neighbors or otherwise, or colleagues, to access this information nonetheless. And we get flown in this wave.
Yeah.
Like I said, it could be good, bad, ugly, or worse, or otherwise as well. There is a discussion happening nowadays about, can we actually safeguard ourselves from this? I don't want this thing to happen to me, because when you are in that wave, somehow you don't know, because you're already there.
Yeah.
And you don't realize until you come down that wave that, oh, actually I did ride on that wave. And these waves have been created artificially, intentionally,
Yeah.
sometimes with a false intention, with a malintention as well. Just the influences like this of people, what do you think about them?
Definitely this is impacting every individual. Until they are going up the wave, it is good. It gives them a good feeling. But the moment anything which has gone up has to come down. So the moment it starts coming down, do you think people will be able to handle themselves?
But when I was high, I was very happy about it.
Yeah.
But
no
when
problem.
I come down, I don't even realize.
Yeah. But the moment you land down, definitely then people may realize, where have I reached? What has happened to me? Where is that which I experienced? Now where am I? So then it will be very difficult, because in this world we find that, as you said, that people can take you up also, they can bring you down as well. It all depends upon people and how my behavior will be with them. That is going to matter the most. So if somewhere I'm not able to behave as I should have, and because I'm on the top, maybe if I have started showing my ego, I am something. Now, people are not going to take up that ego. So they feel, okay, we have made him go up, we can bring him down as well. So they are just, in fact, they have the remote control of my life. So it depends on how much I want to give the remote control of my own life, of my own state of mind, into the hands of others.
Just to point out few things, sometimes it is not people, and like you said, it is not always about the bad thing also. There are good things also that happen. I would share a few incidents like this. When the Arab Spring was happening in the Middle East, especially in Egypt, the social media helped create that revolution, brought about a lot of change, socio-political. There were net neutrality debates that were happening in India a few years ago, and the public response was huge. And where they opposed the government's proposal to bring down net neutrality and give selective access to people for better speeds of internet, and it was hailed as a landmark victory for public participation, where people said that now internet is public domain and it should not be censored, or it should not be controlled by anyone for any financial means or otherwise. LGBT movement picked up, and everybody started changing their profile pictures to the LGBT flag in the background. There were awareness rallies happening for saving the girl child and educating the girl child, and many people participated. And these are good examples.
Good examples, definitely.
But what happens after that is the question. Like you said, anybody who goes up have to come down. So whereas these things were very short-lived, this became viral for a time, stayed there up, and the wave mellowed down shortly. At that time, everybody changed our profile pictures, did this, did that, changed our status updates, also led discussions, spoke about this in the family with friends and colleagues and circles that we live in. But after some time, that died away.
Whenever it is used for a social cause, to eradicate any evils from the society, definitely that is a very good opportunity where we can serve, like the girl child or whatever. We can serve the society and make people realize that this is not going to happen. But when it comes on to any individual, that is not for a social cause. When people want to just take revenge and bring down the image of any personality, then that will cause a lot of harm.
This is precisely the next question that I wanted to ask you. But before we move on to that, just to indulge a little bit more on what we were discussing about. If a movement gathered momentum, we all participated in it. And slowly our spirits go down. It is a very short-lived experience because of the virtual reality that we are living in, for that matter, or of the social media images that we have. But why is it not permanent? Why is that spirit not held on to ourselves? Why is that not bringing a complete change, a permanent change towards our attitudes about looking at things? Maybe it is the girl child, or maybe giving equal access, or maybe the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the cleanliness drive in India. So many other social issues. Why doesn't it remain permanent? Because we ride it for some time and then we come down.
It is because it is driven by some people. So the moment they feel as if their motive is done, so they take out their hands, so the whole thing comes down gradually. Because to keep that spirit, definitely those people who has initiated it has to remain there. And when they feel, how long are we going to stay on this? They get some new opportunities. So immediately their attention goes to those new opportunities. So they let go of that. Okay, now people have become aware, so they will continue. But people need some support. And this was the support. Now when they came out and went for some other opportunities, so definitely the spirit in the people gradually comes down. So that is why either we need to keep that spirit constantly, or those people who have created or taken that initiative have to remain there to see that it goes on forever. Then something will go on or be permanent, otherwise not.
In a very popular modern language word that I would say, in popular lingo. These are called as short-lived social media revolutions,
Yeah.
where everybody participates and the revolution dies down very quickly, which actually did not bring about a greater change. Or even if it did bring about a change, it was only remembered for that long, and after that nobody remembers about it. Now moving on to the second question that I wanted to ask you, like you rightly pointed out, we are also using our ability to connect to people across the globe at points where it becomes very negative. And in the term that is nowadays in trend is trolling. It is about trolling a person. Whenever a person of social importance or otherwise as well, even if you're a common person, if you have a social media presence, you are possibly, it is a possibility that you can also be made a victim of trolling.
Yeah.
You make a mistake and you could be trolled.
Yeah.
And what is trolling for some of our friends who are not, I'm pretty sure many are aware, but for those of us who are not aware of it, it is about trying to defame or to make fun of or to simply pass comments which are not in good taste on a social media profile of a person. So this sometimes creates a very negative environment.
Yeah.
And this goes on in cycle, like I said. People ride this wave and many people go on and on about it.
Yeah.
And Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, all these.
Why? Because people today, they have become so negative that once they get something negative, they would like to constantly raise the thing again and again. The moment it comes down, they like to put it again up.
Yeah, it's like a balloon coming down, people would again want to push it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what happens because there are certain people who need something. They don't have any work. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
They want something. And maybe because they're paid for it. So they feel, okay, go on, go on, go on. And this really spoils the image of some people to such an extent that they land up in depression, which is naturally.
It so happens that sometimes I've heard and I've read in the newspapers as well that sometimes trolling happens at such an extreme level. This trolling can happen for any reason. The kind of clothes that you're wearing, the kind of the comment that you passed, or a fashion statement that you made, or maybe you visited a place but you did not see what is happening at the background, whom you shared a photo with, what kind of a person that he or she was. So people
Can
troll
pick
about
up anything.
And sometimes everybody can fumble here and there. And people will take only that part of the video and they will go on trolling and sharing it to other people and make fun of you. And so far things have gone, not just about famous people, but also common people, friends and youngsters and colleagues, trolled by their own office colleagues or friend circle where classmates are trolling a friend. That person feels cornered, that he or she does not know what to do now. He feels that he or she is alone.
Yeah, and that is what sometimes we are like trying to kill a personality, you know.
Not kill the person, but the personality.
Personality itself. And so that if the personality is hampered, if the personality is like defamed, then that person will automatically go down in his own eyes.
Yeah.
So, this is what is happening in the world, and I feel because of the negativity that people have in them, that is what is causing all of this. This is what is lacking in today's people because they don't have anything positive or any positive power in them. So that is why they go into this wave, and
Whatever that may be,
with others, those who are really trying to kill that person's personality, many people just go into the wave because maybe they are strong enough, and so they hold their minds and so they also go into the wave, not realizing what are we doing.
Yeah,
And
most
what if somebody tomorrow does for us?
Yeah.
Because it will come. This is the law of action. Whatever I have done for somebody is going to come for me also. One day. It's like the boomerang effect. It will come back to me, maybe a little later. There is nothing that it won't come back to me. So people forget the laws of karma or the laws of universe. And when they forget all these laws, they feel it, or they try to take pleasure in that. And afterwards, when it comes to them, then they realize, I shouldn't have done this to someone. Today it has come to me. So people sometimes they don't realize what the law of action says. And this is where actually spirituality helps us to understand these laws of nature, the laws of universe, and the laws of action. And sometimes it helps me to put a brake on myself. Let me not go into that wave. Let me use social media also for something good, positive, fine. I should not get into this because that is creating a lot of karmic accounts between individuals. So I feel so sorry for those people actually. Those who are not realizing and they feel, okay, we are the masters, we create something, we do something, nobody is going to damage our personality, nobody has the guts to do that. But no, tomorrow someone else may rise and do something.
Like you rightly said, that there is a lot of negative thing happening, but it is your choice which wave do you want to take.
Yes.
And sometimes like you said earlier, that we don't realize that it is a negative thing, it has an effect. And I might be doing something for fun, but it might hurt someone really badly. And I might have to face
Pay
the
for it, yeah.
consequences. Yeah. And rightfully today, cyber laws are becoming stricter and more actions would be taken. So we need to be careful about our social actions on the media and
Yeah.
the social media platforms as well. And like you said, there is an opportunity for us to use those tools, that technology, that advantage for doing good,
Yeah.
of spreading positivity, of bringing goodness in others, bringing out the goodness that you have already within and showing good things in the society. And I'm pretty sure that our friends acknowledge with this.
Definitely.
And they will certainly try to do this. Yeah. Thank you so much, Didi, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Om Shanti.
Friends, that was this episode of Change. What can I do today? For a change, stop trolling. For a change, try saying something nice on the social media. Do not involve yourself in controversies. Do not get to online debates. Do not pass on comments vaguely just because somebody else made a mistake. But always remember, all changes have to come from within. If you keep yourself positive, your actions would automatically be positive. Let that positive energy be with you. Let that change be with you. In the next episode of Change, we'll see you again. Till then, take care.